Beyond the Gates, spoilers, Joey Armstrong and Vanessa's secret child theory changes everything after the June 11 tornado. While most attention surrounding Beyond the Gates on June 11 focused on the devastating tornado and the lives hanging in the balance, another mystery may have quietly become even more intriguing. It revolves around a question that has followed Vanessa and Joey Armstrong for months. Why does Vanessa keep choosing Joey no matter how dangerous he becomes? At this point, the answer no longer seems as simple as love. Joey has repeatedly brought chaos, suspicion, and trouble into the lives of the people around him. Questions continue to linger about his possible connection to Doug's death, and nearly everyone in Vanessa's orbit has had reasons to warn her about him. Yet she remains emotionally tied to Joey in ways that often seem difficult to explain. That strange loyalty became even more noticeable during the June 11 tornado disaster, and it may have provided the biggest clue yet that Vanessa is hiding something enormous. The storm placed nearly every character in survival mode. Relationships were tested, alliances shifted, and people were forced to reveal who mattered most when disaster struck. These high-pressure moments often expose truths that characters work hard to conceal during normal circumstances. Instead of creating distance between Vanessa and Joey, however, the crisis seemed to reinforce the invisible bond that continues pulling them together. That raises an uncomfortable question. If Vanessa truly believes Joey is dangerous, why doesn't she take every opportunity to separate herself from him? A growing theory suggests there may be a far bigger reason than anyone realizes. What if Vanessa and Joey share a secret child? Suddenly, years of questionable decisions start looking very different. One of the biggest holes in the current story is the incomplete history between Joey and Vanessa. Viewers know pieces of their past, but there are still major gaps that have never been fully explored. The show has not revealed every detail about their relationship before the current timeline. There are unanswered questions about how deep their connection once was, how long they were involved, and what secrets may still be buried in that missing chapter. Soap operas have a long history of using those timeline gaps to introduce shocking family revelations. Secret pregnancies, hidden children, closed adoptions, and long-lost relatives have transformed countless storylines over the years. The fact that Joey and Vanessa's complete history remains largely unexplored creates the perfect opening for a twist of that magnitude. The secret child theory would also explain why Vanessa's behavior often appears so contradictory. Time and time again, she seems unable to permanently walk away from Joey, even when logic suggests she should. She continues returning to him, defending him, and risking her own future. If Joey is simply an ex-lover, those choices can feel frustrating and irrational. If Joey is the father of a child she has spent years protecting, everything suddenly makes much more sense. The theory becomes even more interesting when considering what Joey may be protecting. What if his real priority has never been preserving his relationship with Vanessa? What if the true secret is the existence of a child whose identity has been hidden for years? That possibility would completely change how many of Joey's actions are interpreted. Instead of a man desperately holding on to a former lover, he could be someone protecting a secret that would devastate multiple families if it ever became public. The June 11 tornado may have intensified that risk. Major disasters often serve as turning points in soap storytelling. Characters believe they might die. Long-buried truths come to the surface. Secrets that seemed safe suddenly become impossible to contain. If Joey had been seriously injured or killed during the storm, what would happen to the information he carries? Would Vanessa finally be forced to reveal the truth? There are several ways this theory could play out. The first possibility is that Vanessa secretly had Joey's child years ago before other relationships changed the course of her life. The second is that the child was given up for adoption and has unknowingly remained connected to Fairmont Crest. The third and most explosive possibility is that a current character is actually the child of Joey and Vanessa without knowing it. Any of those scenarios would instantly rewrite years of history. More importantly, they would finally provide a believable explanation for Vanessa's inability to completely cut Joey out of her life. Love can fade. Trust can be broken. But protecting a child is an entirely different motivation. For now, there is no confirmation that Joey and Vanessa share a secret child. The theory remains pure speculation. However, the June 11 tornado episode may have highlighted a mystery that is becoming harder to ignore. Vanessa's loyalty continues to defy logic. Their shared past remains full of unanswered questions, and the missing pieces of their story seem far too significant to stay hidden forever. If the truth is eventually revealed, the tornado may not be remembered as the event that changed Fairmont Crest. It may be remembered as the moment that quietly exposed the biggest family secret Joey Armstrong and Vanessa ever buried.